Hi, it's Di Downey, and I am talking today about where the 4 main points of this book came from. A High Heels Paradox, which has just been released on Amazon and is in a hard copy form now, which is pretty exciting. But I first of all published a little free ebook called Know Your Why. It's on my website, and I realised that I wasn't the only one looking for something more in my life about 4 or 5 years ago when I started to look online to figure out, well, how could I create a different lifestyle than what I had? And we've got a very successful business. We can do whatever we want in our life pretty much. But I wanted to change that so that we had a lot more freedom. So I went on a quest to see if I could do that online so that we could be location free. And that's where, unbeknown to me, this book came from. So I want to share with you the points that I discovered over about an 18-month period when I started to interview women all the way around the globe. So, and remember, this was on a quest to figure out, well, how could I run a business and have a lifestyle that's very different and not locked into one location and have a lot more freedom? And as I say, I already have a lot of freedom. But there were 4 elements that these women told me over and over and over and over and over again. And so I want to share those with you. The first one is that a lot of women said in their own way is that they are clear in their thinking. And they're clear in their thinking because they've actually spent time figuring out what matters to them. They've figured out how their values are important, and they have been able to figure out what their passion is. And so their passion drives their thinking, their passion drives their clarity. They don't have that storm, that confusion, that overwhelm, all that head chatter going on in their head as much as what they used to have, because their passion drives them. So that was really one really common theme, and it was the number one that went through the whole lot of those women. The number 2 one is that they were able to articulate their feelings. A lot of them had worked on themselves for many years spiritually through different personal development programs, through different gurus on different parts of the planet, and they had really learnt to be able to get to know who they are and get to love themselves for who they are and appreciate where they have come from, where they are now, so they could be really clear on where they wanted to go in their future. So they had done a lot of personal development on themselves so that they could really articulate their emotions and be able to be intimate with themselves, intimate with other people, and that really gave them that whole big picture sense of being independent. The third element, and again, really common, 3. The third element was that they had life choices, and the reason that they had life choices is because they understood profit. But they didn't understand profit just from a materialistic and running a business, as in negotiation agreements and how to delegate, when to buy, how to buy. They understand profit from when they're talking to people, about relationships, when they go into anything new, when they start a project. They understand profit from the real sense of the word, from a big picture point. And that, of course, gives them a lot more choices. The 4th element, and I've written myself some notes here because I want to try and keep myself on track, because usually I just randomly go all over the place in my videos. But the number 4 point is, and this took me a long time to get, but for me, and for a lot of those women in their own ways, and a lot of them use the word selfish. They did learn how to become selfish rather than always being there for everybody, everything, trying to be everything to everybody all the time. And so they learned to be able to set up their own routines and rituals, to be independent, because they had actually learned how to take time so that they could be role models and create a lifestyle that they really wanted. And so what I mean by that is that they were actually able to take time to set up a lifestyle that they wanted. So those other 3 elements dovetailed into this one, which, sometimes other people didn't come first. So those 4 elements I talk about in my blog, I expand a little bit, I certainly expand in my book, and that's the basis of that book. And that's where that basis came from. It wasn't just some airy-fairy, thing that I plucked out of the sky. It's come from many years of working with people, but also some really specific questionings with, as I say, over about 200 women. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're being more, and I hope these tips help you to do what you really love to do. See you later.